everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review for you on a foundation that I've been using now for a couple of weeks. It has been very hyped on Instagram and YouTube and all of that, but I kind of wanted to just give an actual review on it. I see a lot of first impressions or like short-term reviews, but I've been using this now for a few weeks and I just wanted to let you know what I thought about it. Okay, so the foundation I have been using lately is this one. It's the Covergirl Trueblend. What is this called? Covergirl Trueblend Matte Made Foundation, Comfort Matte, Transfer Resistant. That's the foundation I've been using. But anyways, I was definitely intrigued by it and wanted to try it. So here is my honest review, and I will be demoing me. That's why I have no makeup on right now, and my cat ear headband, which I wear. You can see how disgusting and dirty it is here because I wear it all the time for doing my makeup. But anyway, so I am going to demo this for you real quick, so stay tuned. Alright you guys, so like I said, I have been wearing this now for the last couple of weeks, and I've really been liking it actually. So just to kind of get that out there, I actually have been liking it. I normally do like one pump on each cheek and then like half a pump down my T-zone. So just a little info on this. Can you see me? Yeah. Just a little info on this foundation. It does say that it is supposed to be a 12-hour comfort matte. As far as 12 hours, I don't know if I would say it's a 12-hour wear by any means. However, I would say it is very comfortable, and I can at least get through a work day, like a normal 8-hour work day, with my makeup still looking pretty good. So that's good enough for me. I mean, when do I really need, I don't know, maybe if it was like a wedding or something, but when do you really need like 12-hour wear foundation? I don't know. I'm definitely taking my makeup off before I hit 12 hours typically. But anyways, yeah, so I have been using this for a couple of weeks now, and I typically put my makeup on around 6 in the morning, you know, for work and stuff, or on the weekdays I'm normally putting it on around 6 in the morning. I get off at about 3:30, and I feel like it still looks good. So, I mean, obviously it's not fresh, it doesn't look just like it did when I put it on, but I don't feel like it looks bad. As far as how I put it on, I have been using the sponge. This is my Real Techniques, like beauty sponge, beauty blender, basically. I've tried it with just my hands. I don't like it. I'm just putting a little bit more in some of my, I want to blend this down a little, so I'm going to put some more there. Put a little bit on my eyelids. Sorry, I'm looking at the mirror down here, if you didn't already figure that out. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, I've tried it a couple of different ways. I think I've said I tried it with like a brush. Didn't like it with the brush either. I felt like it looked really streaky and patchy, which right now, I don't know what's going on with my eyebrows, but they are looking a little red. I mean, I guess I did tweeze them before this a little bit, so I guess that does make sense. But it blends pretty well. I don't feel like it dries down super quick, so you do have a good amount of playtime with it, which is good because I get easily distracted. But yeah, there you go. That is it. That is me with just the foundation. So I think it looks pretty good. Coverage, I would say like a medium. Yeah, like a medium coverage, I would say, for me. As far as pore minimizing, oh, because sorry, that was one of the other claims. I think I hit the 12-hour comfort matte. Other claims are pore minimizing, oil control, transfer resistant, and of course it has the 40 shades, which is what everyone is really raving about, which is great. It does not seem to oxidize or change color too much, which I like, at least not on my skin. It hasn't, so how it looks right now I feel is how it stays through the entire wear, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my face makeup. I'll go ahead and finish up this portion with you guys since you're here. As far as concealer, I am using the Tarte Shape Tape. That is what I've been using for quite some time now, and I like it. I'm running out of this one actually, so it might look like I'm putting a lot, but I'm actually these are really, it's a really light layer because I'm running out. You can see it blends out pretty quickly. And I do put that on my lid, and I basically use this as my primer for my lids. I don't use like a separate primer. So as far as what I have going on today, my mom and sister are coming into town to visit. We're probably gonna go grab some lunch and maybe go do a little shopping. I mean, that's what we tend to like to do when they come over, or when I go over there. They live about an hour away from me, so I see them pretty often, but it's definitely enough of a trek that I don't see them, you know, like every week. And I am just going to set this now, my concealer that is. Ooh, that is a lot. I'm gonna set this with, this stuff is so finely milled. It's the Kat Von D setting powder in translucent. And that's what I use pretty much every day, so just for under my eyes, just to really lock that in. And then sometimes I'll use it a little bit. Whatever I just have left, I kind of tap around here and going kind of around my nose. My skin type, I am really oily in my T-zone, and then I tend to be a little drier, which is actually another thing I like about this, is it seems to suit, at least for me, my skin tone. It controls the oil in my T-zone, but it doesn't like flake or get patchy in any of my more dry areas. So at least for me, that's definitely a win. Okay, I forgot my other brushes, so I'll be back. All right, so for the rest of my face, I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics, what is this? Celebration Foundation SPF 50+. This is just what I use. Actually, I got this last year in like a kit, and it was too dark. It was towards the, it was in like the fall, so I had already kind of like lost all of my tan. So this was too dark for me at that point. This is in the shade Rich. It is pretty dark. But yeah, so it was too dark for me in the fall and like winter, but now that I've got a bit of a tan, I'm just bringing that kind of down. But now that I've got a bit of a tan, it's working again. So what I typically do is I just take, you know, a nice big fluffy powder brush and kind of start on the outside, go into like the nose area, tops of the lids, and then just dust off the powder under my eyes. Now, if I was doing like an actual eye look, I wouldn't do this until after I have already done my eyes, because I like to use that setting powder basically as like a bake, and also as like a shield for when I am doing like shadows on my eyes. But today I'm actually not. It's supposed to be 104 today. So yeah, I am not doing any kind of like excessive eye look, and obviously like blush, bronzer, all that stuff, or blush and bronzer. No. Yeah, blush and bronzer. Anyways, yeah. So I'm not gonna be wearing a ton of makeup today as far as like eye makeup, so that's why I'm doing it now. All right, so there you go for right now. That is my sort of base, my face makeup. You know, foundation, concealer, setting powder, and all over powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back and we can wrap this up and discuss you know, my pros and cons on the foundation and if I would recommend it or not. Alright you guys, so I am back. I finished up the rest of my makeup for the day, and I just wanted to kind of reiterate some of my comments on this foundation and kind of let you know what my final thoughts are on it. So again, 12-hour coverage is their claim. 12-hour comfort matte is their claim. Pore minimizing, oil controlled, transfer resistant, and of course the 40 shades. Of course we know they have 40 shades, so yeah, that's a claim that they have met. Transfer resistant, I don't really know. I mean, I don't see it on my clothes or anything, so sure, I guess, maybe transfer resistant. Oil control, I would say yes to a degree. Again, today is 104, or today is supposed to be 104. It's the hottest day so far. So maybe I'll leave down below how it held up today, because I haven't had it in that kind of environment yet. But it has been in the, you know, mid 80s all the way up into the high 90s the last couple of weeks, and it has, I think, performed really well. But again, I will let you know down below how it did perform today in today's 104 degree heat. But yeah, so oil control, I would say yes, for me at least. I'm not crazy oily, but I do get pretty oily in my T-zone. Pore minimizing, I mean, it doesn't feel like it sits in my pores, so maybe that can kind of vouch for it. I do have foundations that definitely do go right into my pores, and it's like, hi, giant freaking craters. This doesn't feel like it does that, so in that respect I would say yes, it does minimize the pores. And then of course 12-hour wear, I haven't tested it to have 12 hours, but for me feel like I get a good 6 to 8 with it still looking pretty good, pretty fresh. Maybe just a little bit of dabbing with a blotting powder and I'm fine. So yeah, overall I would say it's a winner for me. So if you have a similar skin type where, you know, you're oilier in the T-zone, maybe a little bit dry on the perimeter of your face, but you're not really, you know, you're not an extreme, you're kind of middle of the road as far as your complexion goes, I would say this is definitely a good one. I'm very surprised. I typically do not like CoverGirl foundations, so I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I will be using this, and I mean, until something else knocks it out in the drugstore. Give it a try if you do try it and like it, or even if you don't like it, let me know down below, or if you've already tried it, let me know what your experiences have been. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.